to Pisces Tarot, and I am your host, Mimi the Light Seer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Pisces Tarot, everyone. I am your host. I am Mimi Lightseer, and over here at Pisces Tarot, your business is my business. And ooh, child, we about to get into somebody's business. This is an interactive experience, and your energy does fill the room. Now, drop your emojis in the chat, reflect, and answer the questions, and don't be shy in the comment section. Listen, your participation is greatly appreciated, okay? In the meantime, I want you to grab your notebooks, your pens, even your notes app, whatever you may want to write down, okay? Whatever spirit reveals to you today, because I'm telling you, spirit is cooking, all right? Before we dive in, a few quick announcements. Number one, new merch is live, so you can go ahead and buy your Pisces Tarot merch today. Number two, I am booking personal readings, but those spaces are limited, so please go to my website at piscestarot.com to book your appointment today. And number three, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button with the notifications on YouTube so that you would never miss a download, a live, or a teach session with Spirit, okay? Now, if y'all ready for the vibes, I want you to go ahead and put the stars in the chat, put the stars in the chat, put the stars in the chat, because honey, I want to say, I want to jump right in. I want to say good morning to my guppies that are floating early in the light. Welcome to everybody. If you've never been here before, I hope you enjoy your stay. And listen, I'm ready to roll. All right. That's how I feel today. I'm ready to roll. All right. So if y'all ready to get into this, let's go. Now, I started to do a spiritual advisory because one day I was sitting here noodling and spirit was like, you need to tell people and let them know that there are fake, phony, and fraudulent people running around out here, right? So the bottom line is this, okay? The bottom line is this. Before I pull cards, my guppies, y'all know, right? Y'all know. Y'all been here, y'all know. But before we pull cards, Spirit wanted me to give you this reminder. It's just simple, okay? I'm going to keep it very simple. Now, every word that's spoken into your life is rooted in divine spirit. Okay. There are people that have assignments on them from the higher realms and the astral planes. They will tell you things to keep you confused, confounded. They will cloak themselves in light, make it seem all deep and spiritual, only just to leave you bounded and confused. Okay. And what I am telling you is spirit will never give you any information that is meant to confuse you, keep you stuck, or have you repeating cycles that are never intended for you. Okay. This is why discernment is so powerful, and you need to use your spiritual filter at all times. It don't matter who's giving you the information. It doesn't matter why they're giving it to you, even including me, right? If you feel like what I'm saying doesn't resonate with you, then just disregard it. Okay. It's just noise, right? And what I'm telling you is it's important to understand that divine wisdom is here to separate you from distractions, to give you to give you the truth that will set you free, but to also eradicate any type of manipulation and free you from captivity. Okay. I'm gonna repeat that. Okay. The divine spirit will never send a message to you that will chain you in fear, root you in guilt, or put you in spiritual bondage. Okay. That voice is so pure and so clear that it will only come to give you clarity, peace, and direction. All right. So trust your inner knowing. All right. It's not about you doubting and being skeptical of everything, but it is about knowing what resonates with you. Okay. That's all that it's about. What resonates with you? And is it giving you peace, or is it causing you confusion? Okay. That's all I got to say about that. All right. So if you understand what I'm saying, I want you to go ahead and drop a dove in the chat. Go ahead and drop a dove in the chat because like I said, y'all, today I'm on fire and I'm ready to roll. All right? If you got the message, go ahead and put that dove in the chat. All right, here we go. Now, let's align before we dive deeper, okay? And grounding keeps us present and protected. Cleansing the energy and cleansing the air around us helps spirit to come through clearly, right? It's almost like tuning the radio, okay? Some of y'all been up all night, tossing and turning, you can't sleep. Some of you may be at work, what have you, right? You got a lot going on in that brain of yours, okay? But what's important is to cleanse not only your energy, but the energy around you so that the messages come through clearly. And we're going to do that by taking in 3 deep breaths. We're going to hold it for 4 and then we're going to release it. Okay. So that first breath that we're going to take together is meant for us to inhale light and clarity and to exhale doubt and distractions. Okay. So let's inhale that light and clarity. Hold it. Release distractions and doubt. Okay. You see how that works? Inhale joy and freedom. Hold it. Release sadness and captivity. Last one. Inhale truth and wisdom and exhale deception and fear. Hold it. Divine Spirit, you are welcome in this space. We thank you for your truth. We thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for enlightening us, for the highest of all of those who are involved, and for the harm of none. Spirit, you know exactly who is going to be here now and in the future watching this playback. So allow this message to resonate with them with positive intentions of setting them free. Thank you, Amen, and I say. Listen. Now, I don't know about you, okay, but I'm on fire. Y'all see, I'm rolling right through this morning. This is a sacred space and it does get a little spicy. So, if spirit comes for your edges, trust that you're not alone. It's just that brutal honesty and that truth that you can't hide from. That's what it is, okay? Now, if you ready to get into this and see what spirit got to cook up, I want you to put those side eyes in the chat because that's what I feel like is coming through. Okay, that's the type of energy I'm feeling this morning. I feel a whole lot of side eyes coming through. All right. So if y'all ready to get into it, drop them side eyes. All right, let's go. Now, before I do any session, y'all, I always tap in with spirit, and sometimes messages come through to me in the form of dreams, visions, or even a song that I can't get out of my head, right? And today, spirit gave me this download. And I know y'all probably like, uh-oh. It's all good, trust, okay? So the first thing the spirit was talking about is character. 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 That's exactly what I kept hearing. Character, right? And I said, well, what about character? The first thing the spirit said was, you have got to pay attention to people's characters. People are showing you exactly who they are. They are showing you exactly what you need to see. I have to sneeze. Hold on. Excuse me. They are giving you information that you need to know. And it's important. And a lot of times, excuse me. Y'all remember I used to sneeze a lot. I done lost my train of thought. Hold on. Excuse me. Um, People are showing you exactly how they feel about you. People are showing you exactly what they want you to know about them. And there are some people, thank you, Ashley. There are some people who some people have a wonderful way of putting on mask. Okay. They really have a wonderful way of putting on a mask and hiding and concealing their authentic self. But if you pay attention to not only the words that they say and the way they behave, you will see those misalignments. And when you see those misalignments, it is so hypercritical that you take a pause for the cause, right? You can allow people do them and do whatever they going to want to do and be whoever they want to be. If that does not align with who you are, okay, as a person, it's okay for you to just be like, oh,
Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble.
it's okay for you to take a step back. It's okay for you to be like, you know what? This is against my personal policy, right? Now, I know y'all probably laughing at me talking about personal policy. What is that? That's too professional. Listen, I now have a personal policy that when people call and ask me for money, my response is, I'm sorry that you're going through what you're going through, but it is against my personal policy to loan out money. And I'm just paraphrasing, right? But that's a personal policy of mine. Another personal policy of mine is inconsistency. If you want to be subpar and have show up for me, let me meet you with that same energy that you met me with, right? Why do you get the benefit of me being consistent, available, responsive, okay? Um Dedicated, all those things, right? All those characteristics that I bring to you, okay? Why do you get that for free, but you get to pick and choose when you want to pop up and be around? And one of the things that I learned most, and I've been telling you guys to read that book, The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins, is because when you do that, it talks about it's okay when people be wishy washy like that, right? Let them. So you let them be who they are, but then it's also important for you to be who you are. And if those things don't align, it's okay for you to be like, you know what? I'm good.
Fatality.
And move around. Okay. Now, as I was processing this, because only you can assess the character of a person and to decide whether or not it's a hit or a miss with you. Okay. As I was listening to Spirit talk about this, okay, I heard a song from Mary J. Blige pop into my head from 2007 on her album Growing Pains. And by far, this was one of the best Mary J. Blige albums. Ain't up for discussion. Goodbye. But I heard the song Hurt Again playing. And I'm hearing her say, I've been there and I've done that. And I promise never to get hurt again. You drive me crazy, but I promise myself never to get hurt again. Okay. So take that information of protecting yourself and evaluating the quality of one's character. All right. Now, if y'all ready to get into this, honey, because I feel like this tea is about to be steaming hot, I want you to go ahead and put the tea or coffee cups in the chat. All right. Because I'm ready to get into this. And let me know right now if what I mentioned about character and protecting yourself is resonating with you. Write that down in the chat. All right. Here we go. All right, y'all. So let's check the undercurrent and see what's going on with today's vibe. What in the world is going on? Character. What are some qualities and characteristics that you find about yourself to be impactful? When I was riding my bike yesterday, I ride my bike for about 10 to 20 miles. I went as far as 22 miles once. So from anywhere from 10 to 20 miles in the morning, depending on how much time I have, I go for a bike ride. And I was thinking about some of the things about myself, okay, that I feel are impactful characteristics. I don't know how this shows up and translates for others necessarily, but I know how it works for me. So, for instance, I am brave. I am fearless. Ooh, child, I got courage. I got the determination of David, okay? Honey, you put something in front of me. Oh, no. I'm like Sophia in the color purple. You ain't finna tell me no. You understand? Like, I got that type of resilience. I don't have this craven feminine personality where I sit around and I cower in place and be like, woe is me. I don't have that. Right. So that translates in my relationships when I'm looking to fight for what I want, like there's a no, there's a barrier. If I'm interested in that person, and with the emphasis on if I'm interested in that person and saving that relationship, I ain't finna let it just die. But there are times where I'm just over it and for whatever reason a relationship dissolved. What cracks me up is where it likely, especially if I get to this point, it likely means that I gave you everything that I can give you and it was met with unmet expectations, right? You were resistant to contributing, whatever, meeting, whatever I thought that you should be doing, you wasn't doing it, right? Now, with that being said, okay, with that being said, when they come back and they're like, "Oh, you miss me." I'm like, "What? Why would I miss you?
In a world of pure imagination.
Why would I miss you? Why would I miss you?" Okay? So my point in saying this is evaluating character and understand that sometimes there are circumstances that impact how people treat you, but character are those things that don't change. That character translate from situation to situation because it's innate in them. It's built into their DNA. Those things are not going to change. And if you are bringing it to their attention that something is bothersome from you, and this particular individual is not giving you any consideration to try to work to improve or resolve those things that are problematic to you or for you, then you have a bigger problem. That's why I'm telling you it is important for you to evaluate the quality of one's character and also use your self preservation to protect yourself from getting hurt by something that you saw coming from the very beginning.
I need it!
All right. So, the overall undercurrent for today, I know I just went off on a tangent. A higher view. Okay. A higher view. You're being called right now to elevate, rise above. Okay. Eagles represent wisdom. Okay. Your higher self. Your higher self. You're asked to tap into your higher self, look beyond the obvious, look beyond the surface. Don't sit here and just be like, oh, he cute or she cute, she fine. Okay. Don't just sit here and settle for mediocrity because you like the way somebody look and sound on paper.
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
Okay. Love don't pay no bills. Love don't pay no bills. Okay. So if you know that that's a constraint for you, I could love you all day, but how we gonna pay these bills? Are we gonna love in the dark? Like what? you know, as the expression goes, we could do bad by ourselves. I don't need you to keep me here bound in this situation. Okay? You're supposed to contribute. But when people just coast and go through things, that's a part of their character. Some people, I'm being honest, some people lack, I was about to say integrity. That was not what I meant to say. Some people lack resolve. Some people are comfortable with being complacent and being passive and letting life just comes, and they're filled up with complaints and anger and resentment. And they blame everybody else for their problems. And the reality is, you have to start making better choices and better decisions. And that comes from where? Your character. Stop looking to everybody else for them to save you. It is nobody else's job to save you. Nobody's job. It's up to you to save yourself. Now, what is the truth that you need to hear? Oh, gratitude fell out. Gratitude. Okay. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So, as you elevate and ascend higher on your journey in this particular phase of your life, Spirit is asking for you to bring that spirit of gratitude with you. I know it ain't always easy to look around you and appreciate the things that you're going through in your life. It's not always easy to look around you and find something to be happy and joyful about. Some of people are going through some unpleasurable, uncomfortable, mind-boggling situations and circumstances. And I get it. Okay, I absolutely get it. Everybody has their own seasons. But in spite of those seasons that you may or may not be in, your character is going to show whether or not you're going to make something or break something. Okay? It's a make or break because we're talking about your character. Let me fix this. Hold on. There you go. All right. So we're talking about character this morning. All right. Now, knowing when you've been there, you done that, and you cannot go back to get hurt again. Thank you, Spirit. Recognizing when somebody show you who they are, you believe it. Yeah, they fine. Oh Lord, they fine. Okay. Oh my goodness, they fine. Smell good too. Got the nerve to have some straight white pretty teeth. But when they start showing up with inconsistency, putting you off, betraying you, delaying you, not making you feel important, not making you a priority, look at all those red flags. And that's when you got to be like, you know what? This ain't for me. All right. Now, the guides of the hidden realm say, death reclaims a life. Death reclaims a life. This is about natural endings, grief, letting go, the sacred quality of death. Okay. Didn't I just tell you guys? Okay. Let them do what they're going to do. And then you take power and control over your own situation to say, okay, this is who you are, but let me show you who I am. Didn't I tell you that? Okay. So it is super important that in this season that you are being called into, okay, that you allow character to be the end all be all, and you base someone's character against your personal policy. Now, you may ask, what's a part of your personal policy? It is your boundaries. It is how you defined things. Those are conversation pieces, right? What do you call a friend? What constitutes an associate? What is a constituent, right? How do you validate one's worthiness of being in those different buckets? If it's a platonic situation, if it's a romantic situation, how do you define dating? How do you define talking? How do you define exclusivity? And what are those parameters that you have as guardrails to say, okay, we're now at this phase? Because everybody ain't going to talk about everything. And a lot of times people just fall into relationships without even defining what that looks like for you. So then when you're in the middle of some mess and you look up, you thinking all this time you've been in a relationship. No, you really been in a situationship. I mean, I hate to tell you that. All right. So how is this showing up for you? It's a lot of green here, y'all. This is dealing with the heart, matters of the heart. Okay. Inner strength. This has been something that's stressing you out. This has been something that's causing you to go drink. This may even be keeping you up at night, making you feel very, very, very sad, very, very sentimental. But this is about inner strength. Okay. This is making you a better person. And it doesn't feel like it. It may be a lonely, isolating season for you right now. It may feel like nothing is making sense. You know, sometimes spirit takes us through seasons where we have to take a step back and decompress. We have to take a step back to reflect, right? Sometimes we're being forced to withdraw our energy from people and places and things and circumstances. Thank you, Sylvia. Where we have to recalibrate and reassess. And sometimes it's astonishing how people show who they are, and it's just a deal breaker. Some of those relationships will never come back into their original capacity. And it's good. You needed to see that and know that about them, okay? Now, what is the soul whisper for today, Spirit? What is that soul whisper? Meaningful. Ba- Y'all, if Spirit ain't cooking this morning, boundaries. Boundaries. If you've been listening to me talk about this morning about your personal policy and boundaries and how you measure character, I want you to go ahead and put the ear in the chat because that's what I've been talking about. That's exactly what I've been talking about. Okay? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Boundaries. Making sure that you don't get hurt again. Making sure that you're actually learning from the lessons that you are being taught. You know, we don't get the information on how to process the lesson first. Thank you, Vante, I'm sorry. We don't get the information on how to process the lesson first. We go through that hard test, we fail the test, and then here comes the lesson, right? And that's too much sometimes. It's too much sometimes, okay? Boundaries. Have a heart soft enough to give love and mercy, but wise enough when to call it a boundary.
God did.
Listen, did y'all just hear what I just said? Y'all ain't playing with me this morning. Did y'all literally just hear what I just said? Okay, let me run it back. Have a heart soft enough to give love and mercy, but know that it is wise enough to know boundaries. That is a quote from Khalil Crow. While physical boundaries serve as protection from predators and ensure survival, personal boundaries are equally necessary to maintain your well-being and a sense of self. If y'all heard me talking about self-preservation and protecting yourself from getting hurt, I want you just to put your hand up in the chat. Just raise your hand in the chat. Many people struggle to exercise their personal parameters, finding it hard to say no when something is asked of them. Difficulties arise when you conform to expectations or situations that are not in the good that are not in the alignment of your highest good. That sounds familiar. Okay? Resulting in resentment when you clearly define the parameters around you of what is acceptable. You provide measured guidelines for those around you to understand and respect your limitations. Remember that others have boundaries of their own and they may infringe upon your personal margins. Remember that others have boundaries of their own that may infringe on your personal margins. In order to coexist, it is important to create clarity between yourself and others and communicate your boundaries. This is about you overcoming limitations, those personal thresholds, and knowing it's okay to say no. This is also about you overcoming when people try to overstep, encroach, interfere, and infringe on your personal boundaries. Okay? The sacred words for today is exercising your personal boundaries with love. Okay? And this is dealing with the solar plexus. All right? This is dealing with your solar plexus. Now, I don't know if you've been listening or not. And if you don't believe me, you can go back and watch this from the beginning. If you don't believe that this is everything that I've been talking about. But it's time for you to understand how character is impacting or let me rephrase, how one's character is affecting your personal boundaries, aka your personal policy. Don't y'all run around here talking about something, it's against my personal policy. That's a me. Y'all got to give me some credit for that because that's a me thing. Okay? But someone's character is currently negatively affecting you. And it is violating your boundaries, and you got to set the record straight. Mm, mm, mm. If y'all wondering who I'm talking about, I want y'all to put the little thinking emoji in the chat. Now, I done told y'all this is an interactive experience, so I expect y'all to be participating. I know some of y'all at work, and y'all just listening, and that's fine. But I could go back to bed. Okay, like, that's real. All right? Now, what is the first clue that we have about this spirit? What is the first clue? You know, the hummingbird is one of the smallest bird. It is the smallest bird that's out there. But it would have no problem with letting you know its boundaries. Okay? First clue. Pets, okay? Someone is either getting a new pet or you need to give a pet more love, okay? So pets, if you do have a pet, particularly a dog, this may be a time for you to refocus your attention on your dog. You may have been neglecting your animal or not. I feel attacked. Vontae, stop it, I say. Thank you for my gift. Oh, wow. Constance says, I'm going through that negative around and I'm going to turn that negative around. Gotcha. Into healing for that pup got hit. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right. Now, what else is going on here? What is the T? You know, dogs show you unconditional love, okay? So you may be, ooh, what was that fell out? Oh, who over here? Somebody over here sucking up? Y'all read that? Somebody over here kissing ass. Okay? Kissing ass. All right? Sucking up. Trying to make things right. Trying to make amends. All right? Now, remember, when I do my readings, I talk from two different perspectives, okay? And the energy can be inverted. So don't get confused, all right? I'm just telling the story just to communicate with you because this is a large collective and it's a lot of folks that's here, all right? Now, what else is going on, Spirit? Why all the cards want to fall out today? Okay. See what I'm saying? Initially, you may have thought that this person was like a Bonnie and Clyde situation. You never thought that y'all was going to be in this space where y'all would be doing two different things. You thought that this was a ride or die situation. You thought this was like a us against the world type vibe. You know, again, something that's going to never come to an end. But remember, Bonnie and Clyde had a tragic ending. Okay? So even their story wasn't perfect. All right? But we also got graduation day, meaning passing the test. You're leveling up. All right, graduation day, pass the test, leveling up, lessons learned, acquired wisdom. Okay? When we look into the broken mirror, what do we see? When we look into the broken mirror, what do we see? Stubborn, bossy, selfish, inflexible. Remember how we was talking about character? This person is very stubborn. It could be you, but they're stubborn. Somebody in this connection is stubborn. They're very bossy, selfish, and inflexible. Character. Character. Remember, that's how I kept hearing it. What lies underneath all of this, Spirit? Spirit said, let me remind you. Let me tell you too that you, baby, you think you the angel, you innocent. You ain't innocent. Okay, you got your stuff too. All right. Envy. Okay, somebody's jealous here. Well, let me rephrase. There's a difference between envy and jealousy. Okay. Envy, in my mind, can be a form of positive jealousness. It helps you, it motivates you. Okay. It inspires you, right? I think that's the healthier version of it. Jealousy is just outright evil. Okay. What is the true emotion? In my mind, that's how I view the difference. I want you to think about how you see the difference and write that down in the chat. All right. I love you just fell out. Okay. Somebody is definitely regretful of how they allowed this connection to go wayward. Okay. They may even be coming towards you with a promotion, not a promotion, a proposal. Well, it is a promotion because y'all in a situationship. But they may be coming to you with some type of proposal, okay, of some sort. I ain't gonna lie to you, it don't feel real. It don't feel genuine. Okay. It feels like they just going through the motions to try to get something back, but it doesn't feel sincere.
Embarrassing.
All right, now what is the yin and the yang here? External party situations, okay? This could be a third party. There are some karmic friends, family, work, other people, obligations, but there are some external influences that are playing a role in this. All right? There are some external influences that is playing a role in all of this, all right? So it's a third party somewhere, which could also speak to that envy. Okay? So there may be like a friend in your ear or in their ear. That energy is very feminine energy. I'm going to be honest with you. Very feminine energy. Okay. A lot of gossip. Hit that like button while you're listening. Thank you. All right. The true crime. Imprisonment. Okay. Imprisonment. Somebody definitely feels in this connection smothered. Okay. Hmm. Wow. That was about to fly out. Let it go. You are being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you, and you can't be fully present if your life, if you're holding on to this negativity. Release and be free. Let it go. Let it go. It's against your personal policy. It's against your boundaries, okay? Y'all not playing with me this morning. Y'all so quiet. Mm, mm, mm. All right. Hey, Belinda the bouncer. Good morning. All right. What is the cosmic energy here? Intuition. Listen to your intuition. It never lies. Okay. This is going back to what we talked about when we discussed, okay? Character. Character. Remember, that's how I heard it, right? This is going back to also paying attention to the things that these individuals are particularly doing. Okay. They're showing you exactly what they want you to see. They are showing, and when I say want you to see, that doesn't mean that they're doing it intentionally. Okay. Body language. Energy never lies. Why you think they got people studying body language? It's important. Last but not least, what is blocking this relationship from proceeding to move forward? Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I want y'all to drop in drop in the chat your zodiac signs. Oop, not my type. Be open to different types of people. It may be surprising to you who you will find. Okay. So somebody or something is not your type. All right. Someone and something is not your type. Okay. So go ahead and drop those zodiac signs in the chat. Cause we about to figure out whose business we finna get into. Person A, I feel like person A, you're the one that's being called to let this go. Okay. This negativity has become insurmountable. You can't deal with it no more. This is about you leveling up. You're passing this lesson. I'm going to actually put that first. You're leveling up and passing this lesson. Like you finally got the wisdom that you need to let it go. Okay. You may have felt imprisoned before by this connection. Okay. It just was not meeting your expectations. All right. We also have here intuition. Okay. Your intuition may have been clogged while you were talking to this person, but that's why spirit is reiterating to you that you need to pay attention to it. And you may be reprioritizing your love and affection towards a pet, specifically a dog. Okay. But pets, I'm just saying a dog because it got paws. Okay. Now, person B in all of this, very stubborn. Okay. They selfish, they're inflexible. They may have made you feel like there was third parties that were in the picture in their ear. Okay. Again, that feels very feminine energy to me. Like they're easily influenced. There was a lot of envy there. They may have made you feel like you weren't attractive to them. Okay. And then also they may have made you feel like you just, sometimes when people come in relationships, the energy be so off that you be over there looking at them like, do you even like me? That's kind of like how this energy feels. It's like, do you even like me? Okay. Um, but you know, it feels like you we're a little disappointed to know that this did not end up like you thought it was going to be. Okay. Something about this situation was just off. But this particular person is going to be trying to make amends. They are going to be trying to kiss butt. And they may be coming around to me, oh, baby, I love you. Oh, I need to be with you. Oh, I got to have you. Trying to gaslight you, right? Knowing that they ain't did skit the whole damn time. But they just run around here.
I just want my baby.
You buying it? All right, y'all. Let's look at this. Whose business are we finna get in, shall we? Now, remember, I do my readings for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. And just because I do not call out your element does not mean that you got to exit stage left. We appreciate our cross watchers too, because guess what? One day we're going to be talking about you. Okay? Just because you hear me say he, she, they, them, I'm just telling a story. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Okay? Also, when I say he, she, they, them, I'm just reading the energy. All right? Here we go. All right. Whose business are we about to get into, Spirit? Who is person A? Person A is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. Where are all of my Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? If you or your person is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, I want you to go ahead and put those clouds in the chat. Put those clouds in the chat. Gemini, Libra Aquarius, you are coming in, unfortunately, this morning as the magician in reverse. This is about manipulation, poor planning, untapped talents, insecure, lack of confidence, and narcissism. Ooh. Oh my God. I was not prepared for that one to come out. What y'all got going on right now? Like in real life, what y'all doing?
Oh my God.
All right, person B. Well, that was quick. Oh, 2 cards came out. Person B is coming in again as a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. So we have 2 Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But check this out. They're coming in also as the Page of Swords in reverse, which talks about deception, manipulation, all talk, haste, hazard action, and self expression. Now, remember, again, I do my readings for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. So just because I didn't call your sun sign doesn't mean I ain't talking about you. And unless you know where all your placements are, you can't say that I am or I'm not talking about you. All right. So if y'all ready to get into this, because I'm wanting to know now. Like, how y'all both over here lying? I ain't surprised by this. We talking about Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But anyway, I love y'all. My Venus is Aquarius. Okay. So that, yeah.
Okay.
But come on, y'all. If y'all ready to get into this, I want y'all to put those magnifying glasses, magnifying glasses, magnifying glasses. Listen, we don't judge, but we sure finna get real nosy, get all up in your business, be looking and examining, and then we're gonna back right on out. All right. So if y'all ready to get into it, put your magnifying glasses, magnifying glasses, magnifying glasses. All right, here we go. All right, y'all. So this is where spirit meets the message. Okay. This is where everything that I've told you up until this point will come into fruition through these cards. Okay. And we're going to confirm exactly what spirit said earlier. All right. So I want you to know, or I want you to tell me rather. Are you aligning more with person A or person B this morning? Whose side of the story are you resonating with? If you meeting with person A, I want you to say person A, and if you ride with person B, well, I want you to say person B. Just be honest. Ain't nobody judging you. 5:45 in the morning. Okay. Now, Person A is a trip. Okay. Person A is a trip. Let me say that. Person A in all of this is feeling so regretful about how they did not listen to their inner selves. Okay. They're not um they knew better. Okay. They knew better. Oh, person A, you wanted this so bad. Mm. All right. Present energy. The Chariot. Ooh, didn't I just say the Chariot in reverse at that? I literally just said, person A, you have my empathy because you wanted this so bad with this particular person. Like you had your eyes set on this person. When I tell you, you just thought this was going to be your forever, ever, ever, ever. And unfortunately, this situation went nowhere. This person was not putting the level of effort and energy into this connection like you thought that they would. Um, and it left you feeling very, very disappointed. Okay, very frustrated and disappointed. When you guys came together, there was a lot of commonality, a lot of common ground. But what made it problematic was, again, this person was not putting in the effort nor the energy that you expected for them to give. And what made it difficult for you to really try to overcome this was that they definitely was gaslighting you. Okay. They were definitely, so this became a very toxic situation that got out of hand real quick. Because not only were they deceiving you and they were manipulating you, but then you were doing things to be manipulative in return, because in your mind, you thought that if you could change the narrative, change the tune, you thought in your mind that they would acquiesce and they would do something different. It didn't happen like that. Okay? And so now you got two people being excessively toxic, excessively negative. Um it's compounding complex negativity. So person A, you were very, very, very disappointed that this connection with person B didn't go where you thought it was going to go. It didn't do what you thought it was going to do. This became very unhealthy for you. This became very toxic. Like you felt mentally imprisoned. You felt mentally bound by what was going on in this connection. But if we're being honest, you didn't contribute anything of value to begin with. Denora says, okay, I was manipulating them just a tad. They started it. Listen, this was a this was a mind trick. This was a cluster pluck. Okay. This was one of those things where, again, okay, thank you, Spirit. Clarifying. Their form of manipulation was through deception. What is one of the reasons that people lie, folks? Is because they want to control the outcome. So they try to tell you not the truth because they know that if they told you the truth, that would be something that you wouldn't go for. So to control the narrative and control you still being around, guess what they do? They lie. So that was how they were manipulating you. You were manipulating them in hopes of trying to get a different outcome. And to still be in this same space where you still got the same outcome, that's really, really frustrating. Okay? And so this has been one of those instances where it's like character. You can't trick somebody into loving you. You can't trick somebody into being there for you. You can't trick anybody to be anything that they're not going to innately be because love doesn't motivate anybody. Okay? And that's a reality that we need to get out of our head. I mean, that's the I just misspoke when I said that, but that is a truth that we need to get in our heads and get these fantasies out of our heads that love influences somebody enough to motivate them to change. Absolutely not. It does nothing, okay? Now, person B. Ooh, the Nine of Swords. Okay? The Nine of Swords. This has stressed. I know that's right, Dominique. She said, what love got to do? Got to do it. I'm trying to tell you, it ain't got nothing to do with it, child, okay? I could love you all day, but if your character is a problem, your character is a problem. All right? So here's the thing. Person B has been exceptionally stressed out. Okay? This has caused them mental anguish. Okay? And while some of their deception is the root of this, oh gosh, we about to go there. Okay. Okay. So, person B. Remember we talked about, I said this feels like a feminine influence here? Okay? Person B had a third party situation going on. I'm so sick of y'all in these third parties. I don't know what to do. Okay? But person B had a third party situation going on. It doesn't feel like it was a current situation. It does feel like it was an ex-lover, okay? So it feels more friendly than not, okay? But they did have a third party situation going on here where this person was absolutely jealous. And I feel like this person stayed in person B's ear, okay? To the point where it caused confusion in their mind. You know how sometimes when people break up with people, you know how sometimes you still have that good relationship with people where they can still tell you things and it can negatively or positively influence you and make you feel good or bad one way or the other? This is how that relationship feels. And instead of that person recognizing that Just because you around and you influencing and you balling and shot calling does not mean that this person wants to go back to be with you either. So this person has very manipulative ways as well, because they keep giving their commentary on a relationship that don't belong to them in hopes of this person gonna turn around and come back to them. But the reality is this person don't want them no more than they want the man on the moon. Good luck with that. Okay? So, where this has caused stress is that person B was under the influence of this third party person, not realizing this person was saying and doing things. See, this is why you got to be careful who you tell your business to, because they were like confiding in this person, thinking that this was going to be a platonic situation that they can get some sound advice from. And unfortunately, this person was really speaking from a place of envy. So that haphazard energy that you was getting from this person, making you feel like you weren't attracted to them, like you weren't their type, that wasn't true at all. Okay, it was really under the skies of this other person influencing them, putting stuff in their ear, telling them, "Oh, well, she don't think you good. Yeah, she don't want you, like, whatever, right?" And what I'm trying to tell you is that caused stress for person B, because now they listen to all of that stuff, entrusting them that we're going to be able to tell them some information to help guide them. But really, they did have feelings for you.
Be very careful.
And a part of why they weren't as open and honest with you, person A, as they could and should have been, was because they still had some other things going on in the background. So when I tell you this person is so unpredictable, like this person really was not in a predicament that really they should be outside trying to get to know anybody, trying to meet anybody, trying to do anything. They really should have been spending their time alone. Constance says the one still wants to get with the ex and won't be able to get with anyone else or close. Is that what's going on? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. So basically, in essence, and let me clarify what I just said. Person B needs to really spend time alone. They feel like the type of person that jumps from relationship to relationship because they don't know how to be alone, right? They just don't know how to be alone. And so instead of them learning how to be alone, okay, they go from relationship to relationship, and then you're still taking old wine and trying to put it in a new wineskin. Like, why are you confiding in this ex person? Like, why? You don't see the play? You don't see what's going on here? Like, this person never has anything positive to say about anybody in your life? Like, what are we talking about here? You understand? So, like, at this point, person B really needs to put the brakes on that and just, stop inviting this person into your life. Like, why does this person have a seat at your personal board of directors when all they do is keep trying to, they guide you wrong?
Another one.
Don't you see they costing you love, giving you bad advice? But if that's a part of your character that you can't see somebody else's character, then shame on you. Okay? Shame on you.
Bomba.
Now, what's favorable here? Let me know down in the chat. Have y'all ever had an ex that be overstepping their boundaries? Tell me that story in the chat. I want to know. Do you have an ex that oversteps their boundaries? Now, what is favorable about this whole situation? What is it that spirit is trying to get out of you in this situation? Okay. What has spirit been nudging you? Okay. The Six of Pentacles. You got to pay attention to energy, y'all. Okay. You got to pay attention to energy. Stop giving your energy to people who are not meeting your basic needs. Okay. That's a word right there by itself. Okay. Why do you continue to give yourself to somebody who never has the intentions or the wherewithal? They don't have the capacity to give you anything else. But here we are still waiting, hoping, praying, wishing, wanting things to change.
2,000 years later.
And then you wonder why it's been 84 long years and nothing's changed. Okay? Spirit is trying to tell you character. Protect yourself by paying attention to one's character. That's what Spirit's been telling y'all all this time. Pay attention to one's character. Okay? And if you know that that's a lesson that Spirit has been trying to teach you, I want you to go ahead and put the strong arm in the chat. And if you know that this is something that you need to truly work better towards paying attention to, I want you just to put the little plant sign in the chat because you're growing to do that. You're growing into it. Now, what's consequential or problematic about all of this? We got the Three of Cups. Okay? That's that friend I was telling you about. That's that ex-partner I was telling you about. These are these external influences that are here that is in this person's ear, telling you what to do, when to do, how to do it. You see this? See this? How she got her arm wrapped around him? Oh, I'm so proud of Billy. Are you really? Are you really? Now hold that thought, y'all. It's 6 a.m. and I need to go get my son up. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, thank you y'all for y'all patience. All right, so I was saying, this is the network, this is the community. These are the people who are around this particular individual who are in this person's ear. They are easily influenced. And what I don't like about this person's character is it feels like they lack judgment. Okay? They don't have, like, what I mean by that is they feel like the type of person who runs to everybody to ask for their opinion, right? And they don't never really have one of their own. They just be like, so what do you think about that? And can you give me some information on this? Like, I can't even word it because I'm not even that type of person. What I would say is in instances where I need someone's opinion, it's like, let me run something by you. This is the situation. This is how I thought about it. This is how it made me feel. What do you think about it, right? That's one thing if you want to bounce something off of somebody. But that's not how this person is. This person allows people to negatively influence them, and then they do things, and then they trick someone else into making them think that they took the lead or this was their idea, and it wasn't. And then when you call them out on it, they act like they're confused.
What do you mean by that?
You're confused because this was not your innate thought. You just did what somebody else told you to do. Okay? So this is highly consequential, right? This is highly problematic. Like, who respects someone that can't make a decision for themselves? Okay? And this is a pattern in this person. This is a cycle that they go through. And if you be honest with yourself, person A, and you look at the course of the relationship and how this has evolved, you see the circular pattern here. Okay? Like, y'all will have a conversation today. Thank you, Spirit. Y'all will have a conversation today about a plan of action. When they come back and talk to you about like whatever it was, they've done something totally different. And you sitting over here looking like,
Hello.
Where did that come from? You ever met somebody like that? Like y'all talk about something and they'll give you step by step breakout of what they gonna do. And then when they go to do what they were supposed to do, they did nothing like what they said they was gonna do. And you over here just looking at them sideways like, where did that come from? Okay. So we're here now, right? That's kind of like what this person's energy feels like, okay? And if this is something that became a problem or issue for you, I want you to go ahead and put the stop sign in the chat. Or if you're one to enable people and not call them out on this, okay, go ahead and put the repeat sign in the chat. Let's just tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. Now, I don't like that energy. I just don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like this energy. It feels very weak. It feels very manipulative and very I want to say conniving, but I don't know if that's the best word for it. But it feels very just weak. Weak, okay? What is the soul lesson here, spirit? All right. The world card, okay? Which goes back to you, person A. All right? What spirit is trying to teach you is in order for you to graduate and move on, elevate to that next level that you're going through, right? You got to recognize when it's time for things to come to an end, when it's time to complete these cycles, right? And the reason why that is so important is because, sorry, y'all, that was bugging me. All right. The reason why that is so, that's about as good as it's going to be for now. The reason why this is so important is because spirit wants to take you to new heights. Spirit wants to take you to new places and introduce you to the right people that are aligned with your purpose and your destiny, that are going to give you what you need in this season. And let's be clear, sometimes it's not necessarily, a long-term endeavor, right? But the reality of it is that spirit can't take you where you need to go if you're being weighed down by things that are not helpful for your journey. Like some people's behaviors and connotations are more destructive than they are helpful. And so when you're sitting here and you're praying and asking and trying to meditate and trying to get clarity and all the things that we do, all the things, spirit is over here listening to your prayers like,
What?
because you keep going back to these things that no longer serve you. Okay, y'all get that? And that's when spirit intervenes and says, if you won't leave them alone, I'm going to make you leave them alone. If you won't make a decision, I'm going to help you make a decision. Right? Nobody likes when spirit intervenes. Spirit will tell you through your intuition and through your higher self, nudging you to make a better decision. But spirit is never going to force you. Okay? And what I mean by that is spirit is always a perfect gentleman. When he intervenes, it comes through you through those situations that you can't believe. That's how they make you make a decision.
What the this cannot be.
I know you would rather be empowered than not. Okay? So the question for you is, what has been a lesson that spirit has been trying to teach you that you got to be honest with yourself? You've been refusing to want to understand. You've been refusing to want to admit. But spirit has been talking to you. What is the lesson that you've been struggling to learn? That spirit is showing you how that you got to learn the hard way. I want you to put those books in the chat and write down, what is that lesson that spirit has been trying to teach you? In order for you to graduate and go on to the next level, what is spirit trying to teach you? I'll tell you what spirit's been trying to teach me. Ooh, child. Y'all really want to know what spirit been trying to teach me? Because I can tell you. All right, let me tell you. Spirit told me. All right. I have been on the brink of I'm trying to find it so I can say what I got to say. Okay? This ain't a game. This ain't a game. Don't be afraid to stand on business. Don't be afraid to do what you got to do. When people show you who they are, please believe them. Give people space and room to be who they are so that they can show you who they are, so that you can believe them. Stop romanticizing things that people show you that are unhealthy, harmful, damaging, and disrespectful. Stop romanticizing it and making excuses for the things that they're doing. Now, we got the Eight of Swords. What you need to do to heal? Okay? Take off those blinders. Stop pretending like you don't see what's happening. You don't know what's happening. Stop it. Stop being inactionable, creating your own suffering because you refuse to acknowledge the truth, what it is.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
This is truly an opportunity for you to say enough is enough. Okay? You don't want to be committed. You don't want to be resolute. You don't want to be actionable. That's fine. But I'm not about to do it anymore. Wasting my good time. This ain't a game. This ain't the game. But you have people out here who will allow you to toy with them and play games with them and play games in their face, and because they have no expectations. Okay? It's okay to do this. It's okay to behave this way. They have no standards. And what Spirit is saying for you, person A, is you have standards. You have expectations. Why do you keep on putting up barriers, creating impediments, blocking yourself from seeing the truth that you already know? Because I've showed you, I've told you, I've revealed it to you. But for some reason, you just want to pretend like nothing's happening. Get your head out the sand. Okay? Whatever it is that you're doing, it has been revealed to you 7 times. But you just keep wanting to ignore it. Wow. Really? How many signs do you have to get? How many things have to be revealed to you? Is having a piece of a man better than having no man at all? So what do you need to do? Let the cards fall where they may. Okay? This is about justice. This is about justice. You do nothing. You do nothing. You sit back and you reflect and you assess. You look at character. And when you start evaluating this person's character and you look at all the traits that you've seen, okay? When you look at all the things that you've seen, right? You'll be like, When you really evaluate the quality of this person's character, you'll realize that this is just a miss. It is a miss. But you would have never known that had you not, okay, had you not gone through this. And we got the Page of Swords again at the bottom of the deck. All of this happened because this particular person was all talk and no action. And if you look at their character, they were all talk and no action. It constantly comes out. How much more do you need? How much more do you need? How much evidence do you need? They showing you all the time. If they continuously tell you that they're going to do something and don't, that shows you they're unreliable. If they tell you they're going to do something and they do the polar opposite, that tells you they're unpredictable. Okay? This is not supposed to be Hunger Games. Okay? This is supposed to be you being able to build a relationship that's sustainable, that's collaborative, that's built on trust. And everything that this person does corrodes that confidence in this. So what is Spirit telling you today, ladies and gentlemen? You need to get the F on around from him. You need to get skedaddle. Because there's nothing in this that's going to allow you to move forward peacefully with this particular person.
You're a winner.
You're a winner. Why are you sitting around here affiliating with this rubbish? Now, that's a good question, right? So with that, we're going to segue into our clarifying thoughts. All right? Here we go. All right. So now the question then becomes, okay, what are some nuances and complexities to what's going on in this connection? Why has it not been so cut and dry? Well, relationships are complicated, right? No one wants to be the butthole, okay? No one does, all right? You on Reddit talking about AITA. Okay, put it up there. For one, this is that Two of Pentacles, okay? You've been indecisive. They have been indecisive, all right? So neither one of you really have been certain about what it is that you want and need from this connection. Let's call it what it is. This is toxic by far. Let me tell you, this is very, very, very toxic. How do you want somebody, but then you unwant somebody?
Ass hat.
I'm just going to call it what it is. How do you want somebody, but then you don't want them? You want the things that come with them, but you don't want to be responsible for the outcome. You have to make a decision and stand firm on it. And unfortunately, because like I said, they weren't giving you what you wanted them to give you. You weren't getting out of this what you thought that you should have been getting out of this. Because of that, you have not been able to make a decision. They have not been able to make a decision. They want to keep going back and forth willy-nilly and going back and forth with the ex-lover trying to get feedback and information on it. Listen, it is nobody's fault that you can't make a decision. Get your life together. You're too old for this. Be an adult for once. Make a decision. This is how this becomes manipulative. Okay? With the Magician card, this is how this manipulation came into play. Like I said, person A wasn't getting what they expected to be getting from person B. Person B coming with nothing but lip service. So every time they come with a whole rundown of the coulda, shoulda, woulda, baby, I need, use this, that, and the third. All right? Now you feel like you got to do something to try to get them to give you what they should be giving you because they can't make a decision and be an adult. They under the influence of everybody else but you. Like, how does anybody win like this? How does anybody win like this? This is a cluster. And it's toxic. We got the Eight of Pentacles. You've been over here feeling like person A. If you put just a little bit more effort and energy, maybe the light bulb will come on. You've been putting all your effort and energy into this, hoping that maybe something will change. Newsflash, they ain't gonna change. This is who they are. This is a reflection of their character. So why would you encourage a one-way relationship? Why would you encourage a transactional relationship? And then got the nerve to be mad about what you're not getting from it. You're pouring into an empty cup with a hole in it. You just got resources just to give away? And we got the Nine of Pentacles. Okay? You're supposed to be in your element, person A. I'm not going to say where the world is revolving around you, but you are supposed to have some type of peace. You're supposed to have grace. You're supposed to have decency and light right now. Like, your life was going in a whole different direction until you met this person. And it's like all of your dreams and your aspiration, like your good positive energy just came to a stopping pattern.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
And literally, as I said that, the Four of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. There is nothing that this person could say or do that's going to really give you the happiness that you deserve. They got you on spin cycle, child. Every time you walk away from this situation, they want to crash out on the internet. They want to run tell mama and them, cousin them, sister and them, Pookie and them. Okay? They want to act like, oh, they just suffering so bad without you.
Oh my God, my Shayla, my Shayla.
But the reality is that they've never put into this relationship anything of merit, anything of substance. So be very suspicious when they start coming around you trying to suck up to you. Oh, baby, I love you. I'll do anything for you.
What more do you want from me?
Listen, it's not about what I want from you. It's more about what can you give me without me asking? What are you offering me? And if we're being honest, this person has nothing to tangibly offer. So when they come around you trying to flower you down, invite you here and do that, all they can do is show you a good time. But they can't promise you a long, durable time. So when they start calling you and coming around you again, you could be cute about it.
How you doing?
And keep it moving. They're not expecting for that to happen. You know why? Because that will cause them to understand and admit to themselves that they're the ones who. And they did. But what good is it now for me to tell you that I want something from this when I know that you're incapable of doing it? Why would I continue to stress myself asking for you to give more than you can give. It's beyond your scope of frame of work. You don't know how to be the man that I'm looking for. So why do we continue to play these games acting like you can deliver when you can't? Just why? So if you want to know what's going to happen next, I want you to put the ... in the chat, because this feels like we're at a point where this is going nowhere. I done told y'all this is going nowhere. Any stress that they're bringing upon themselves is self-induced because they choose to be the way that they are. And one thing I'm going to tell you is be grateful that this person has shown you who they are, and celebrate the fact that this loss of this relationship is over. Just accept it. Because the longer you hold on to it, the longer you procrastinate, the more you hold up your own blessings. Here we go. All right, y'all. So I know that we done been through an array of emotions, right? A lot of chaos, a lot of confusion, a lot of hogwash, and all of the above, right? So now we must ask, what's going to happen? Like, how does this end? Where does this go? Where do we go from here? That's the question. Where do we go from here? This, while it be very karmic, is more so about their lessons than it is your lessons. Yes, truly, you are learning something from this, but this really had nothing to do with you. You were what they call collateral damage. Okay, that's what it was. You were collateral damage. But you still had something to learn from this experience. And that's what Spirit is telling you too, to be grateful. Because Spirit, thank you, Spirit. The next person that you come across, you're going to be more vigilant and more hyper focused on their character. And that's what Spirit wanted you to pay attention to. If nothing else, learn how to measure the value of a man or a woman, not by what they can do, not by how they look on paper, not by how flying they are, but measure them by the quality of their character. Okay? Now, we got the Ace of Swords. Okay? Once you start understanding the importance of measuring a person by their character, that's going to open up doors for you that is going to take you places that you've never been. You're going to be more selective about where you're placing your attention, who you're giving your time to, what your expectations are. And unfortunately, you're going to be more cutthroat about letting those negative situations that are not enriching your life with experiences that are helping you develop and grow. You're going to be quick to resolve those. And it's okay. It's okay. Let it go. All right? Ain't nobody paying you to maintain no toxic relationships. All right? We got the Page of Swords again here. This is going to feel like you're an unserious person to a lot of people. Okay? This energy is definitely going to feel very immature, because it's going to feel like you're coming out of nowhere with people. But your past experiences are going to help you better understand how to say what you need to say when you need to say it. You're not going to be beating around a bush. You're not going to be over here playing games about it. You know what? You're just going to be like, you know what? This ain't working out for me.
This ain't Texas. Ain't no holding.
Okay? You're not going to play the radio. All right? It's just going to be like, you know what? I appreciate getting to know you, but I feel like there's a match here. There isn't a match here. And when it's, but well, can't we just be friends? What? To be continued. What am I being your friend for? What is it that I can give you even as a friend? I mean, we was already friends. And if we wouldn't have matched his friend, what? 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 This may be, again, very stressful. Remember, we talked about the inner strength. Okay. This may be very stressful for you because it may feel like it may be feeling like you have something riding you. Okay. This may create an extreme form of anxiety and depression for you because you are a very social person. You like to be socially known and outside and have a lot of friends and do a lot of things. And now you are being called to step into a season of your life where you have regressed, where you are reevaluating, where you have shut down things. And this may make you feel very uncomfortable because it is vastly different from who you are. But again, that's what Spirit is trying to teach you, that it's about quality of characteristics, not the quantity of people that you can have around you. And sometimes people busy themselves so much to where they don't have time to sit back and reflect until you have these tower moments, until you have these negative situations and circumstances that present themselves. Now, all of a sudden, you got time to sit. You got time today. Remember what I said earlier? Spirit is going to nudge you, but then there's going to be circumstances that are going to force you to do what you should have did all along. Don't wait for that tower moment to come. Mm. Wow. Wow. That was a power booking, Mark. That was a powerful bookend. Spirit said you need to get motivated about letting go of these unhealthy attachments. With that Ace of Wands and that Devil card, you need to get motivated about letting go of these things that are no longer serving you. It that's the mic drop right there. Because what are you waiting on? Is it better to have a piece of something or have the larger piece, the larger portion of it? I can have a piece of pizza and be satisfied and not have the whole box. Or I can have a bite and still be dissatisfied. These pieces matter. And it's not necessarily about the quantity as much as it is the quality. I can take a bite of pizza and it be real good to me, and that's all I need to have. But if you hungry, a bite of pizza, what is that going to do? You understand? Spirit is telling you today to focus on you. Stop looking at everybody else to save you. Focus on you. Spirit says you have been hiding behind distractions. Oh, Spirit said you're afraid of your own shadow right now. You're afraid of doing the work that you need to do on you in order for you to move to the next level. That's why death reclaims a life. This is about you letting go and celebrating the former half of you and embracing the newer versions of you. Spirit said, don't be afraid of losing what you never had before. My God. Mm. Spirit said this is the rebirth of a new version of you. And you need to be celebrating this growth instead of sitting around here playing games with children.
Period.
Now, what is some shadow work that person A needs to work on, Spirit? What is some shadow work that they need to be focused on during this time that they've been avoiding. Illusions. Seek reality, even if it's raw and challenging. This is about you confronting the mirage, the fantasies, and the deception, which is what we've been talking about all along. This person has deceived you. This person has made you feel like they were capable and willing of being somebody that they don't even have the capability of crafting. They told you a lie. Whatever it is that it was going on, they told you a lie. Okay? And spirit is trying to tell you that you need to be wise enough to chew up the meat and spit out the bones. So that when somebody come at you kicking a good game, you can look at them with a straight face.
You'd be amazed how often I hear that.
I don't want to hear you talking. I want to see you doing. And if you can't do it, then get up out my face. Stop wasting my time. It's that simple. What is some shadow work that person B needs to do that they've been avoiding? Obscurity and the unknown. There's room for endless possibilities. This is about you overcoming darkness, ambiguity, and mystery. Remember I said this person don't have a clue what they want to do? They can't make an informed decision. That's why they walking around here getting insights and information and revelation from everybody. Can't make a decision like an adult. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know about you, but I don't know too many people want to have a significant other that can't step into that capacity. So for me, as a woman who enjoys men, I cannot date a man who doesn't come to the table behaving like a grown-ass man. I don't want to have to come to the table and have to flex my muscles and, do all the things that I have to do, i.e., pull out my... I don't want to have to do that. Somebody try me? You stay right here. I'll be right back. I'm going home to get my man. I'm calling my husband and let my husband deal with this. That's the type of energy I'm in. I don't want to call you and you tell me, I don't know, babe. It's up to you. What you want to do? What the Like, I could have did that on my own. I didn't need you for that. I'll give you another example. If, God forbid, I had a malfunction with my tire, okay? I don't want to call you and you tell me, hold on, babe, I'm finna call AAA. Ninja, please. I could have called AAA on my own. I don't need you for that. You understand? This person needs to mature up. They need to boss up. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't see them, excuse me, I don't see them having that capacity to do that. Okay, I'm just going to be honest with you. Now, what is some soul truth that this person needs to hear, person A? How does my body want me to move today? Okay. Excuse me. Christian. Okay, it's 6:40. Sorry, y'all. When we move, we change our state and we raise our vibration. This new elevated state becomes a channel for more energy. Are you moving your body daily? Are you passionate about it? It is time for you to try something new. So your soul action for today is, how does your body want you to move today? Listen to it and do so joyfully, okay? You may be needing to take some time, which is probably why you're getting a new pet, right? Take your dog outside for a walk. Take your dog outside for a jog, okay? Do something that is going to put you out in nature, that is going to level you and balance you out, because you're going through a season where you're being required to have to level up. And Spirit is not going to sit up here and play games with you about it. Either you're going to do it on your own, or it's going to come and it's going to do you, for you. What other messages do we have for them, Spirit? I am in the process of positive change. Thank you so much for my gift. For my super chat. The Gemini, Reba the Gemini. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Ow, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, I am in the progress of Why can't I read now, y'all? You know what? I ain't even trying to be funny. This person that we're talking about that you need to, this is confirmation. The person that we're talking about that you need to let go of may have difficulty with reading comprehension. And y'all laughing, that's not funny. A lot of people cannot comprehend and cannot read appropriately, right? They may struggle with I'm so serious, and I'm not saying this to make fun of anybody. They may have reading comprehension issues. So a lot of communication that you guys have in text may cause a lot of arguments because you guys they miss the point of what you're saying all the time, okay? I'm in the process of positive change, okay? I am unfolding in unfulfilling ways. What? I am unfolding in fulfilling ways. Only good can come to me. I now express health, happiness, prosperity, and a peace of mind. Okay? Now look at this, y'all. Let me show you this. Y'all see what's on the back of here? A bird. Did we not start this all off talking about hummingbirds? If you don't believe me, go back and watch the beginning of this reading. But I'm going to tell you, this is a call to action for you to leave things that are no longer serving you behind once and for all. And do not go back. Do not look back. Don't get curious. Don't do none of that. Leave these folks where they be. Because in the new season that you're going through, failure to do so will result in you getting stuck and becoming stagnant and missing the opportunities and the blessings that Spirit has for you. Don't go back. All right? Now, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to Pisces Tarot with me, your girl, Mimi Lightseer. I love rocking out with y'all. Thank you so much for your patience as we've been trying to find a time that works best for the both of us. I did put a poll out in the community on YouTube to see like when is a better time for us to try to connect. And I'm going to be honest with you. Part of the reason why I've been struggling is because, as y'all know, I've had some challenges with sleep and now my sleep is starting to regulate again. So sometimes I am still sleeping now in the mornings, but if I do wake up, I will get up. My preference, I'm going to tell y'all this, my preference is this time of day to do these readings because what I'm learning about myself is when I try to do it in the evenings, I'm just exhausted, right? I done went to work. I done did other people's readings. I done worked out. I done mothered. I done mead all day. Like I'm tired, right? And so my patience is not there and I'm not giving you the full energy that I would love to give you when I come in the evenings. So just turn your notifications on. Make sure that you follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you will not miss a beat. Okay. And that way you'll always be notified of when I am going live. I'm trying to get a little bit more predictable, but as of right now, it looks like maybe every other day. I'll probably be on here and it's also looking like I probably will have a little bit more time on the weekends, okay, to tap in. But I'm still trying to figure it out, guys. So I just ask you for your patience because I did have some schedule changes to occur and I'm trying to balance this with everything else that I got to do, okay? So give me that grace just like I give you that grace. But know that if you keep your notifications on and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Mimi Lightseer, you will have access to the readings whenever I do them, okay? I do appreciate y'all rocking out with me and showing up. My guppies, y'all been here. We've been doing this thing for over a year officially. We've turned one on social media, okay? So thank you for your patience. Thank you for your kindness, your donations. All of those things go a long way in making sure that we are able to sustain the platforms that we're building and showing up in that way. And I just wanted to give y'all that warm thanks from the bottom of my heart, okay? So with that being said, I did not mean to go there just yet. Sorry. Everybody is dealing with a battle that you cannot see. So remember to be kind, patient, and gentle with others as much as you are yourself. How people treat you is not your business, but how you respond is. Don't be like me. Don't be just popping off. I'm telling y'all, I'm a little teapot, short and spout. Here's my handle. Here's my spout. When I get all steamed up, I just shout, tip me over and pour me out. Okay, you tip me over, you're going to get a We're going to talk about that later, all right? But how people treat you is not your business. How you respond is, all right? Make sure you leave a little bit of love everywhere you go, and I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.